Hello, welcome to another edition of Out and About with Martin. Today we're in the Peak District, Derbyshire, at Mam Tor. I'm going to walk along to the top of the ridge, Hollins Cross, down to Blue John Cavern and back to our start point, which is here, the National Trust car park at the top of Mam Tor. You're coming from Sheffield side, come through Castleton, travel up Winnet's Pass, turn right at the top of the Winnet's Pass. The car park is on your right, just after a very sharp left-hand bend. Coming from Manchester side, come through Stockport, onto the A6, other sides to Castleton, and as you get to the top of the hill, you'll see the car park on your left. Here we are at the summit of Mam Tor. Over to our left we can see the Dark Peak and Kinder Scout disappearing up there into the clouds. On the other side of the Kinder Scout there's Kinder Reservoir, which will be one of my future walks, so keep an eye out for that. The village of Edale, and over the other side of this ridgeline we have the White Peak, the village of Castleton. Over there we have the valley of Winnet's Pass. There's quite a unique cavern in Winnet's Pass, Speedwell Cavern, one of the only caverns where you actually descend down quite a way through steps, and then the rest of your journey on the cavern is through a boat that is powered by a man laid on his back at the back of the boat, walking along the roof. I was about 12-year-old last time I went down that cavern. I would definitely recommend it. It's something you will never forget. Continue our walk now along the ridgeline dividing the two peaks all the way to Hollins Cross, which we can see up there in the distance. The sun's coming out now, clouds gaining height, getting much better views. It's still very early in the morning, 8 o'clock. Do like to get out early in the morning for my walks before the crowds start. It's a lot easier flying your drone when there's nobody about. It's also easier filming and showing things without having loads of people in the way. Anybody wants to do this particular walk, If you just do the walk from the car park up to Mam Tor summit and then along to Hollins Cross and then return to the car park, you don't need a lot of walking equipment. Always layer up, always take waterproofs, because where they're up here can change. People can be down in the valley there in Castleton in t-shirt and shorts, and up here they're wearing the coats. I always say, if you take too much clothing, you can take it off, stay cool. If you don't take clothing, you can't put it on to get warm. And it's usually quite windy up here. The wind has just dropped as we lower down onto this ridge. But upon the summit, it's very high up. It's always windy. So bring some layers with you. Always bring waterproofs because they're also windproof. If you're new to walking, you haven't got a lot of equipment, then just bring your best winter coat. Or if you're in the middle of the summer, just bring a decent coat with you just in case, a lightweight coat. I always recommend people to walk in good walking boots. But on this particular walk, you just want to give walking a try. This is the place to do it. You get some fantastic views, you'll see what walking is all about. And you can do it in a decent pair of trainers, this walk, from the Mam Tor car park to Hollins Cross and back, because it's all paved with local gritstone. If you want to drop down into the valley like we will be doing later on, then yes, you do need walking boots because it can get quite muddy even when there's been no rain for several days. If you do visit the Peak District, Castleton is one of the must visit places. Lots to do here. Various walks you can go on, fantastic scenery as you can see. There's also several caverns you can go down, guided tours. There's the Blue John Cavern, the only place in the Peak District and one of the very few places in the UK where Blue John is mined. There's a Speedwell Cavern, which is an old lead mine I mentioned earlier. You go down there in a boat. There's the Treecliff Cavern, which is one of the largest cavern entrances in the UK. There's the Peveril Castle to visit. The village itself, a very nice village. Plenty of cafes, a few pubs, shops to walk around. It's well worth a visit. So walk along the ridge here, over to the left. You'll see the village of Edale. Mentioned earlier, Kinder Scout, very popular with walkers, but I would recommend only going up there if you're either an experienced walker or in the company of an experienced walker. You can set off in the village, beautiful day, and you get up onto Kinder Scout. It is so high up that you can end up in the clouds and not see where you're going, and you really do need to know where you're going up there with maps, GPSs, and even then the visibility can get so poor up there that a map is no good because you've no landmarks to refer to. It's a very desolate place, but on a really nice day it is a fantastic place to go. But I say, only go up there if you're experienced, you've got all the right equipment. Here we are at Hollins Cross, the lowest point of the ridge. Residents of Edale used to bring the coffins over the ridge at this point and down the valley into Hope to take them to the church for burials. And this particular path was then known as the Coffin Road. Later on, a church was built in the village of Edale. Cross did used to be here, but disappeared in 1905. And now there's a memorial to Tom Wyatt of Long Eaton, erected by members of the Long Eaton and District Group of Ramblers Association in 1964. So at this point, if you're on the walk and just trying out walking for the first time, or if you want a short walk, you can return to the car park the way you came, or as we are doing, turn right through the gate. We want to take this sharp right down this path, heading back towards the old Mam Tor road. The Mam Tor Road linking Castleton and Chapel Frith and forming a major link between Sheffield and Manchester was first constructed in 1819, making way for a gentler incline rather than the old Winnets Pass. It had a history of many landslips. Finally, the decision in 1979 was made to abandon the road as repeated repairs were far too costly. You can see the various layers where there would be a road and then another road built on top of the old road, and so it went on and on every time they repaired it. The very steep Winnets Pass is now the link between Castleton and Chapel Frith. As you walk up the Mam Tor Road, you'll come to the Blue John mine. On your left, we'll go down towards the Blue John mine. Cafe here if you want to stop and have a break. Just get the entrance, keep to the right of the cavern, and the path continues. The path continues round the right hand side of the cavern entrance. The cafe here is a very good place to sit down, have a break, and look at where you've just walked. We've walked up over there, over the top of Mam Tor, along the ridge to Hollins Cross. And then down the path and back here to Blue John. Now my original plan was to turn left at the cafe, around the back of the cafe over to the top of the Winnets Pass and walk along the top of Winnets Pass. However, there's such a lot to see, and Winnets Pass is such an awesome place, I think it deserves a video of its own, so that is something to look out for in the near future. So we'll continue walking up this pathway across this field, heading back towards our start point at the National Trust Mam Tor car park. So we come to the road, just go straight across the road. Cut the corner across the next field. This avoids walking down the very busy road. So we've now walked across this field known as Windy Knoll. We're going to cross back over the same road again. Across the road, and we'll just stay on this very narrow path. It's just about 100 metres back to the car park. Here we are back at the car park where we started. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more of my videos on walking, visiting places of interest and enjoying various events on Out and About with Martin, then subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell. I try to upload a fresh video every Sunday evening, so till next time, bye.